I look pale as fuck. Hola mis amores. Welcome back to Brew, a podcast where I talk about the magical and unmagical lessons I'm learning in my 20s via dark humor, messing up, a little angst, and most importantly, talking shit. So grab your choice of brew and join the coven. Today's choice of brew is the Holy Grail sweet tea from Whataburger. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's not that sweet today, which is very offensive as a fellow Texan girly, but we're not gonna talk about it. That is not today's topic. But hi guys. It's been actually no, it hasn't been that long because your girl's trying to be more consistent. So hi again. How have you been since last time? I am very excited about today's episode because it's kind of been dwelling on me for a minute, and let's get to it. Today's episode is going to be coming home to yourself. Let's talk about it. So some of y'all on the last episode were like, bitch, you're single, the fuck? And it's literally not that crazy. It's not that big of a deal in the long run, right? Because shit happens. But it's been an interesting dynamic to kind of just exist as my own person and not have to owe anyone anything, explain myself to anyone, or even like entertain anyone else, you know? And this has brought with it a lot of fun. What's the call? It's brought a lot of side quests that I didn't think I would have to deal with. Especially at my age, because I'm like, oh, I'm grown. I already went through my chapter in my life where I was alone with nobody, like literally like no friends, no boo, no nothing. So in my head, I'm like, whenever I become single again, this will be a piece of cake. Like, I'll know what to do because I've had to be by myself at one point in my life. But now we're here. And to say the least, it's no sé, it's kind of crazy, but I don't know how much I want to share in this episode because I feel like I have eyes on me. But you know what? Fuck it. This is my podcast. This is my experience. This is my journey, and I am here to share this with you because you get it. The girls that get it. And fuck it, let's talk about it. I'm gonna just cut straight to the point. The knife is not meant to be sharp, but if you get cut, you get cut. Let me speak my truth, okay? So, girly pop. In my last relationship, I felt like I gave up a lot of myself in the process. And I didn't really realize how much I had given up until my girlfriends, when we went out together and I was recently single, they were like, wow, babe, you're glowing. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, there's just this aura to you where you're glowing. And as I've been taking pictures, I'm like, oh shit, like I see it. Like my smile is bigger, I look hotter, ass is fatter, like it's great. But on a more serious note, there's just this like, what's the word? There's just this want for more for myself. Like it's like my attention is on me alone, and that's so exciting because I get to be selfish and no one can fucking tell me anything about it, because why would they? What's that song? It's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees. But going back to the topic of where I felt like I gave up a lot of myself, I felt like, in a really sad way, I felt like I gave up some of my dreams and aspirations. Not necessarily like I don't have those dreams anymore, but I felt like my dreams were too ambitious, too big. I had to be realistic because I was told my shit was just unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? So like, and what I want to say about that is, if you have a really big dream, which to someone else it sounds like unrealistic or stupid or whatever, I want you to know that your dream is your dream for a reason. Like, I heard this saying once that was like, your dream is too big for someone else, but God placed that dream in your heart for a reason, because you can achieve that and so much more. And it kind of hits you when you realize that you really are capable of so much more and can do so much more, because that dream exists because you have the vision for it, you have the eyes for it, you have the heart for it. So don't let anyone else tell you like, oh no, that's stupid, that's unrealistic, because first of all, it's your own dream to accomplish, and two, if they're not gonna help you or they're not gonna make it easier for you, then why are they there? You know, because I'm really a girly where I believe that you have to do your shit on your own sometimes, and kind of be so okay and capable of surviving shit on your own, because people will switch up on you when you least expect it, from who you least expected to. So there's comfort in knowing that you have your own back, right? So bringing it back to the topic of today, which is coming home to yourself. For me, this question comes to, who was I before the relationship? Which is a fucking while back, goddamn. But I loved full face of makeup every day. See, my high school year was 2016. Okay, that was senior year / freshman year of college, and then you have 2016 makeup. I was that girl. If I had the effort to do the editing skills, I would post a picture right here where you could see the fucking glam eyeshadow, blah 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 blah. But after a while, I stopped doing it because it felt like I was inconveniencing everyone by taking my time or trying to look how I wanted to look. Same thing with outfits. You know, the outfit thing is not controversial, but that one's like debatable on its own, because y'all heard me bitch about this, but high school Maria, strong little thing. Her head was bigger than her body. She was a match, a walking match. But I didn't have the problem that I have now, where now I struggle to find clothes that are either in my size or that are, I guess, appealing to me. But when I was like super scrawny, skinny, underweight, that was not an issue. I could be a hoe, confident hoe, in my outfits, because like I had the ideal beauty standard physique, right? But now, coming to the now, ya que soy mujer, ya que soy, like, now that I'm like a full grown woman, it's a different dynamic, because I'm like, I'm a grown woman, I want to look good, feel good. So how am I gonna look, and what can I wear where I can accentuate a certain curve, where I can feel good about myself but not feel like a clown? Because there's a balance to it, there really is. And I'm gonna say right now, I will not be apologizing if you see my pancita this summer, baby girl, because I'm posting my bikini pictures. I'm gonna wear the crop tops with a high-waisted pair of jeans, but crop tops, because I'm young, I'm beautiful, I'm single, I'm hot. Like, fuck, like, why should I have to cover up because my physique will make someone else uncomfortable? Like, bitch, turn around, close your eyes, pluck your eyes out. I don't give a fuck, you know? And that's that. But going back, I'm reflecting on what are things that I love, like me. Not because someone told me to love it or because someone else told me like, hey, you should look at this. No, what are things that I love? Like I mentioned, makeup, love her. Fashion, love her. And there's other things that like I've loved to do, but I didn't realize I haven't been able to do. I love to dance. I love a good dance. It could be salsa, bachata, una norteña. Don't ask me if I know the rules to these dances, because I just go with what the heart feels, you know what I'm saying? And I dance with my girlfriends, you know, like, you best believe if Megan Thee Stallion comes on, my girlfriends are getting danced on. I haven't had not one complaint so far. But, you know, like, I just love music. I love to dance. I love to just feel everything. And I feel like that's something that I don't want to. And I feel like that's something that should be embraced more because it's something that I love. So, like, I've been eyeing my TikTok and my Instagram. Follow me at Instagram at Diosa_Mars. Thanks. And there's this thing in Houston, which is salsa and bachata socials that have lessons as well. And I'm actually so intrigued about that because I told you I love to dance, but I don't fucking know any of the rules to these dances. So why not learn? Why not socialize, meet new people, and just have fun with it? Like, I think what my focus is going to be is have fun. I know, so radical, that's crazy. But really though, it's like, why not? Like, it's such an exciting time where I can just be a Delulu girl, be a lover girl, be a ambitious, selfish girl, because why not? You know? The lover girl thing, I'm gonna get back to in a bit because the council needs to discuss some things, okay? But let me get back to this. So, and I love my friends, you know, I've told y'all before, I've been able to be in a really secure and like loving friendship with a lot of people in my life now that like I wouldn't trade for the world. Love y'all. And there's so much healing just in chisme and gossip and just being a girl's girl and like getting to know each other more and like just experiencing life together. So like for me, I'm gonna pour more into these relationships, into my friendships. And I saw this thing on TikTok that I thought was super cute, and the girlies are rediscovering photo albums, like physical photo albums, and putting pictures on them, physical pictures on them. And I want to fucking do that too, because like that's so cute. Like, just look back at the memories of your youth, of whatever. Like, that's so cute. So I'm gonna start doing that. And there is a sentimental value to that for me, because every year for me is a reminder that I'm here. And that sounds redundant, right? But every year that I'm here, every year that I meet someone new, that I experience joy, laughter, even sadness, or what's the word? Like the negative feelings, right? That I can't think of words. I can't think of adjectives right now. But every year I'm reminded that I made it one more year. And before you call my therapist, this is not supposed to be dark. It's supposed to be cute. What I'm trying to say is that yes, I was in my unalive era like back in 2019, but being able to experience life and be excited for life and get to document everything is like a hug to myself, because it's kind of like, look at what you would have missed on had you like been successful in the unaliving, you know? And that sounds dark, but if you get it, you get it. Like, it's so rewarding to experience a life that is fulfilling and full of joy. And of course I want to document all of that. That's why you see me posting on my socials, everything. But I also want to have that for myself, because, you know, when the next app comes on, we all leave from it. But I still have my first Facebook account since I was 12, so I don't know. Actually, I think I've had that account since middle school. We're not gonna talk about it, but I'm just so happy, you know? Remember how I said lover girl? So, something that I love about myself, that's really a red flag. Like, if you ask my therapist, she'll say it's a red flag. But I really do love how much of a lover girl that I am. But that has its drawbacks. And let's get into it, because I love exposing myself on the fucking internet. Es que, guys, si me enamoro bien fácil. Like, I became... No, I don't want to say it in English. It makes it too real. I used to make fun of the girls that would catch feelings really quick. And then I became a Delulu girl. And I get the Delulu. I do. Delulu is not the Sululu. But I don't think it's as much as a red flag as people point it out to be. Let me tell you why I think that, though. Although healing is a priority right now, I don't think there's anything wrong with having crushes on people. My other girlfriends would be like, you dumb bitch. The fuck? But hear me out, because I think it's fine to talk to someone and there's a connection and you just like talk to someone, and that's like a simple take on it. But the thing is, it's so easy to isolate ourselves, especially in our healing era and single era and just like no one fucking talk to me era, you know? But my therapist mentioned that it's quite natural to want to have a connection with someone and get to know someone, because as humans, that's what we're wired to do. We are social beings where we want to have a connection with someone. It's really up to you if you want to take that to go further, develop it to something more serious. But sometimes it's just nice to talk to someone and get to know someone. It doesn't even have to be romantic. Like, I went out to a lesbian bar with my friend this weekend, and it was so fun. But it was so funny because like everyone was cute, everyone was having a great time, people were sharing their socials with each other just because they thought they were cool. And like, it's just that simple. Like, it doesn't have to always lead to something, and that's okay too. Because I know my Delulu girls, someone's nice to us, and then we're like, you know what? I think I just imagined myself an XYZ scenario, and I'm here to tell you, you're not I'm here to tell you, you're not that much of a red flag. I just think this shows that you have a heart that's functioning, that you have a good heart that loves and just enjoys the possibilities. And she might be kind of ambitious, but like, most importantly, your heart works. And that's cute, because a lot of the times people kind of just revert to being cold and cut, and they hate everyone and they hate everything, and they're more resentful than I ever was when I was an emo teenager. But there's beauty and the deluluness, because it shows you that there's hope that one day you will meet your delulu. One day someone will match your freak. Was that cringy? But my point with this is, I'm no longer gonna feel guilty for wanting to make connections with people, with wanting to meet people. Like, if you want to take it there, like, let's bring back having lovers. Let's bring back like the yearning, but also like, how do I say it? Bring back just the poem of it all. It's just so poetic to crave a connection, to crave intimacy, to crave the warmth that a connection can bring with someone. And why shy away from that? Of course there's reasons why, like, don't get me wrong, but there's no harm in it, is what I'm saying. So this is me telling you, be delulu. If your feelings get hurt, they get hurt, but at least you were able to do it. But also disclaimer, don't be fucking stupid about it. Like, if the person that you're considering being a lover is a fucking walking red flag, also don't be fucking stupid. Like, be a lover girl with like boundaries. Be a safe lover girl. You know, like, be smart about it, you know? Just what I'm trying to tell you is, there's no harm in being a lover girl. If you know what you're doing, there's no harm in it, because we're all deserving of our own, like, we're deserving of our own story. We're deserving of being treated like a love poem. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and you move on with your life. And that's that. Because what's the beautiful thing about living in this planet is that there's always going to be someone else that you'll meet. Because why? Because there are so many of us. And I think the lover girl lens, right, has taught me there are shitty people, but there's also really good people. And I think as a lover girl, my goal is just to meet another good person and have fun. And that's it. Like, we are socialized to be shamed about that, but I'm here to tell you, fuck it. Be a lover girl. It's the summertime. Be a hot girl, be a lover girl, be both. Fuck it. You have my permission. What I do want to continue saying on the lover girl topic before I get canceled is, the strategy here should, listen up, lover girly, look at me, listen, the strategy here should still be, though, decenter the men. Or if you're a girly pop, decenter the woman. Decenter them, period. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna say it like this, kind of speaking to you, but speaking to myself, but speaking to you, is at the end of the day, I should be prioritizing myself and my things and be selfish with my own energy. And I have to ask myself, what do I need right now? How can I get that for myself? And I'm going to get into that topic in a little bit. But I want you to know that you need to know your worth and do not beg that man for attention, because you are the prize. In fact, if you are a girly that has felt like that's not true, I want you to think about it this way and claim it. I no longer identify with that brand. My brand is to not chase, not beg. My brand is to know my worth, even if it gets lonely. And that part eats me up every single time, because it gets fucking lonely out here. But when you're good with yourself and you are taken care of by yourself, remember, at the end of the day, it's not about having someone in your life to solve your shit for you. It's actually about adding to your life. Y'all can be deluded together, but if it's not adding to your life, it's actually draining from you, making you insecure, like making you not be who you want to be, what you want your personal brand to be, then drop them, because it's not worth it. And I'm gonna say this, as long as I live, no person is worth your mental health. I'll drink to that. But people really fail to tell you that this part gets hard. You're accustomed to someone being there. If it's not a lover, it's a friend. But people fail to tell you that friends can be shitty too. Don't beg for anyone to stay in your life. Don't beg for anyone to treat you with respect. Don't beg for anyone to give you the bare fucking minimum. Because if you have to beg, they're not the person that you want in your life. Friend or lover. I said it. So the favorite advice that I've received from the girlies and the gays and the thems in this is, you have to heal. Coming home to yourself means there's going to be a lot of healing that needs to get done. My therapist and I, we're going to be besties during this era, And I want you to ask yourself, are there things that were brought out from within you in your previous relationship or previous friendship that you want to correct in yourself or heal from? I'm not going to elaborate what it was for me, because I'm not giving you bitches ammo. Nope, I'm not. But, healing can look like going to therapy. If you can't go to therapy, because I completely get it, it's fucking expensive, but read a book on the topic that you want to work on. Watch a YouTube video, listen to a podcast on a specific thing, and heal with chisme with your friends, because y'all know I'm a yapper. Okay, we have a whole podcast here. I'm a yapper, certified yapper. But I love hearing from my friends about certain things, because they really bring a different perspective that I didn't think of at the time. There's certain friends that I go to because I need that self-love, and I know they're going to give it to me. And there's certain friends I go to that they're gonna feed into my delulu, you know? I end up asking both of them. Like, I wanna say is, you just heal you can heal with others too. I think what people tell you is that healing is a journey that you have to do by yourself. But I find that when you have people supporting you and rooting for you, you can heal a lot faster because you have that community aspect, that love aspect, because love is not only a romantic feeling. It's not only, I guess, a sexual thing. It could be a platonic love. It can be a friendship type of love where, like, I want what's best for you and you want what's best for me, and we can work together. And I might make a whole episode on love, but not ready for that. And that's a lot more complex than people think, because love is a beautiful thing, a controversial thing, but it's such a unique experience within us that I think everyone's deserving of love in whatever shape or form that comes in. Another advice I really appreciate is sometimes you just have to turn off your fucking phone, babe. And that's me calling myself out, because I have to treat myself like a kid sometimes. I have to put screen time limits on my phone because the apps are so shiny and new, and I'm like doing my shit. Actually, I'm taking summer classes right now, so I can graduate this December. Don't ask me how many assignments I've actually done, because between you and me, we got 2 to 3 weeks left in this part 1 summer classes semester, and I think I've maybe done 1 week worth of assignments. Don't judge me. I can feel your judging eyes. And one of my red flags here is that sometimes I do kind of just let it get to that point, and then when I can no longer just wait, then I do something about it. That can be applied to so many areas, but we're working on it. Now this one has been my favorite advice. Sometimes, babe, you need to just get a fucking life. And that shit hurt my feelings when I heard it. If you have time to be on your phone, checking messages, checking if someone messaged you back, checking if the latest TikToks on your For You page, the latest post on Instagram, the latest video on YouTube, you clearly have time to do shit that you're supposed to be doing, that you know you're procrastinating on by these other mediums. And yeah, that would hurt my feelings, because I had another friend. She's one of my coworkers. She's like, babe, get a hobby. Like, these people are not hobbies. And I was like, what can I do? And it's like, babe, you have a whole podcast. And I'm like, oh yeah. But to bring you back to the get a life thing, you need to ask yourself, what are things that you always wanted to do that you couldn't before because a certain person, like lover or friend, would be like, I don't want to do it. You can do it if you want. But that made you be like, oh, then I'm not going to do it by myself. So for me, I want to play volleyball again. You know, she was a cute little volleyball player in her high school years. I clearly don't have the athlete thing for that right now, but she's a gym girly, so we're gonna get into it. And like I mentioned earlier, I want to take salsa and bachata lessons. Like, go dance, go have fun, because fuck it. Something that I want to explore is traveling by myself. But we'll put a pin on that one because life is a little crazy right now. So I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. But why not, you know? Here's where it's gonna get a little spicy. So ask yourself, what are you craving from someone else that you can't give yourself? And before you raise your hand, before you ask, yes, you can go to Adam and Eve. You can register your phone number for discounts. I will not be answering any questions at this time. You can shoot me a DM if you have questions. But we solved that problem. Great. So, you want to be given flowers? Buy yourself the flowers. I love flowers from H-E-B and Trader Joe's. They're cute. They're petite. Do you want to be spoiled? Spoil yourself. You want to be taken on dates? Take yourself out on a date. You don't have to sit around and wait for someone to make plans with you. Because sometimes they're just not going to. And what are you going to do? Just sit there? Look dumb? Toda arreglada, toda bonita para nada? No, mija, ponte las pilas. You're not, like, and I'm gonna say it in English for my English babes. Like, are you gonna just sit there and wait for someone to take you out on a date, plan a date, and just stay there sitting down, all dressed up, full makeup, glam, and just wait for someone? No, go out. Take yourself out on these dates. Like, it's such a fun experience to spoil yourself that way. If anything, I'm excited for my next solo date because I'm very romantic with myself. So I won't go into details, but no me de enojo. So, did you see a cool place on TikTok or Instagram that you don't know who to go with? Take yourself. Do you want validation? Validate yourself. Journal. I literally sometimes am too lazy to journal. So I pull out my phone, open the voice notes app, and just start yapping. Because sometimes I just kind of need to talk myself through some shit that I'm going with. Some insecurity, some anxiety, something exciting that I'm like, oh my god, this is so cute. Like sometimes you just want to hear it from yourself. You want to validate yourself. And I think this can be an episode on its own too. Because I think that we worry too much about others validating us more than we validate ourselves. So what happens? That you're waiting for someone's approval so that you feel like what you're feeling is valid, is okay feeling to have. And that's like a prisoner in your own mind, in your own world. Like, do you feel like that man did you dirty? Okay, he did, because that's how you felt. That's your truth. Do you feel like that friend was being shady? She was, because you know she can be shady. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, validate yourself. And sometimes that means talking shit to yourself in front of a camera with a cute pink microphone to the internet. Except the bros. I don't want any more podcast bros on my feed. Thank you. And things get overwhelming sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. But there's a beauty in me validating myself. I literally will say out loud, I know this is hard right now, mamas, but you can do it. Just get up. Just get out of bed. Just put your shoes on. Just go eat something. Drink water. Like, and I have to treat myself like a kid because sometimes I don't want to do anything. Sometimes I want to just, I guess, just sit with myself and mourn something. And that sounds really dramatic, but sometimes, I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes I just yearn for something that doesn't exist. Like, I don't even know what it is, but I yearn for it. There's almost this sense of like depression for something that I don't even know that exists or have experienced. And you might say, babe, that's depression. And I think you're right, but it doesn't beat the point that sometimes you have to like take care of yourself as you would a child, because you have your inner child. Like, does she feel sad? Take care of her. Just how you want someone to take care of you, take care of yourself that same way. Another good question to ask yourself is, what are your goals and what do you need to update from them now? If you don't know where to start in your goals, like what goals you should be setting, you can. This is my favorite question to ask myself. What does the higher version of me do? What habits does she have? How does she carry herself? Who are the people she has in her life? What's her career? What is her income? What is her living situation? What is of her life? And then that gets the gears going, because I'm like, wait, I don't have this, but I can do X, Y, Z to get closer to that. And that's how you kind of start getting your goals. I think for me, like, what comes to mind is I want to finish my bachelor's degree, which I should in December. My God, I'm so fucking tired of school. I want to receive BBL allegations. They're like, girl, what doctor did you go to? Be like, oh, Dr. LA Fitness. I'm so stupid. But just because I got it like that, you know? Like, that's a goal. I want to grow my relationship with the people I have in my life. I want to travel the world. I want to go to law school. Obviously become an attorney. Have my own place. Exude this rich confidence where I don't doubt my worth, because of all that I am and that has been shown to me, that I have the right to continue elevating in every chapter. Like, every year's a new chapter, every season's a new chapter. Like, how can I continue growing and being that girl, you know? And like, yes, one day eventually I want to love again, and I want to have a family. And I pray that for myself and anyone going through something similar, that we receive a love that is gentle, caring, patient, exciting, passionate, kind, innate teamwork, and that it uplifts you when you don't have the strength to do it for yourself. Because there will be those days. And I believe that this type of love exists because that's how I love the people in my life. You know, like, if my friends are sad about something or need a hand, like, I, without hesitation, am there for them. Will just make sure they're okay, like love them unconditionally because I love them, you know? So with that, it just tells me that because I love like that, that love has to exist because I exist. But a lesson that I learned every fucking year, every so fucking often, is that not everyone has your same heart, and that's okay. It's just you get to choose who you love, and discernment on who to love. And that's okay too. Not everyone deserves your heart. Not everyone deserves your love. Not everyone deserves you. And as you get older, you kind of learn, this is who's deserving of me, this is who's not. And the person that's not, you cut off, you block, you remove from your life. And I pray that you do not unblock and go back to see if things changed, because more than likely there's a reason that you left, and you're gonna be reminded in a very harsh way why you left in the first place. Those are my 2 cents. I'll drink to that. But I do refuse to believe that, and the pessimism, that there is no hope and that there is no love to be found in this realm, in this generation, in this existence, in this now, you know? I have met great men whose heart is in the right place. I have met great women whose heart is in the right place. But it just doesn't change that I hate hurt people. Like, and I can't tell you, oh, I'm better than that, because I would never do that. No, because when I was at my most hurt, I was a bitch. I wasn't a monster, but I was very self-destructive. And what I came to learn is that this self-destruction that I thought I was doing to myself really was just hurting people in my life that cared for me. I'll drink to that too, goddamn. But I repeat this every time I can. Hurt people, but no one can really be the victim to their own story. Get your shit together, respectfully. The most radical thing that our generation can do, it doesn't matter if you're a zillennial, like whatever I am, or whatever the fuck, but the most radical thing we can do is to choose love. Choose to love despite everything. Despite literally everything. Obviously, use your discernment, because like I said, not everyone's deserving of you, your love, your time, your energy, your aura, your being. And that's okay too, you know? And there's literally no rush into finding the right person, because it's about coming home to yourself. And I'm gonna read from my screen here, because I think this is important. Coming home to myself is choosing myself, validating myself, loving myself, showing myself compassion, fighting for myself, valuing myself, wanting more for myself, forgiving myself when I make mistakes, because I will make mistakes. I am human. I look good, but I am not perfect. And that's okay too. And getting back up no matter how hard the fall is, because I am safe as long as I have myself. Coming home to myself is keeping myself alive, because that is the greatest act of love I can do for myself, because life has shown me that there's so much to live for. And I truly wince and it cuts me a bit to remember that at one point in my life, all I wanted was for everything to end. And that's crazy. But not invalidating crazy, but it's like how sad that I was so hopeless and so depressed and just done with everything, that I was like, this is it for me. I do not see any other possibility of this getting better for me. But I created a safe space that I needed within me. And the bitch is still alive. She's crazy. She's funny. She's chaotic, but she's still alive. And I plan on getting my gray hair, baby girl. You can't really see it. Maybe the camera picks it up. But I have like a gray coming in. And if I had gotten a gray when I was in my teen years, I would have freaked out. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. You see it? But seeing myself get gray hair like little by little is like, oh shit, I'm getting older. That means I'm alive, you know? I don't know, it's cute. I can't think of how to put it poetically, but it's a nice feeling. But for anyone that is feeling lost right now and you are rediscovering yourself, what does coming home to yourself look like? How can you be your own safe space? What tools do you need to feel safe, to protect yourself and guide yourself and choose yourself? And I pray that you can feel safe in your own skin despite the trauma, despite the self-harm, despite the addictions, the hatred, the betrayals, the disrespect, the abuse. And I wish you a safe trip back home. I really do. And I want to leave you with this quote that I saw on TikTok. Because of course I saw it on TikTok. But I'm going to read it from the screen too, because I like teared up reading it, because I'm not going to lie to you and tell you everything for me has been a fucking like pink butterflies and cotton candy and unicorns and roses. No, but at the end of the day, let me read the quote and you'll see where I'm coming from. There's so much more to life than finding someone that will want you or being sad over someone who doesn't. There's a lot of wonderful time to be spent on discovering yourself without hoping someone will fall in love with you along the way. And it doesn't need to be painful or empty. You need to fill yourself up with love, not anyone else. Become a whole being on your own. Go on adventures, fall asleep in the woods with your friends, and wander around the city at night. Sit on a coffee shop on your own, write on bathroom stalls, leave notes and library books. Do all things with love, but don't romanticize life like you can't live without it. Live for yourself and be happy on your own. It isn't any less beautiful. And if you want to be happy, do not dwell on the past. Do not worry about the future. Focus on living fully in the present, because no amount of regretting can change the past, and no amount of worrying can change the future. It is nothing to die. It is frightful not to live. And I'll leave you with that, because that really spoke to me. And I hope it speaks to you too as you come home to yourself. So, thanks for listening to this week's episode. If you want to keep up with my daily chaos, follow me at diosa_Mars. You can follow the podcast page at brew. If you're listening to me on audio, go ahead and leave 5 stars for free trauma dumping. And if you're watching me on YouTube, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe and comment. Looking forward to coming home to myself. I love y'all. See you soon. Besitos. Mwah.